Hey, what's up, YouTube? Well, this is going to be something different from us. On the last video, I said we were not going to move away from our format, and we're not. But I thought I would let you in on what our life has been like since the barbecue trailer and the opening of the new adventure that we're on with our brand. And we wanted to take you along on that and show you that, you know what? I've heard so many comments that say it's so hard to prep or plan or cook or actually have any type of a family meal in an RV. And I thought, well, what better way to debunk that than showing you how to run a complete business, food service business, out of your RV. Take you along on this adventure. Join us. It's about 7:30 here at home base, and we're starting off on a Tuesday and getting ready for Saturday's grand opening and Friday's cook. Here we go, kicking it Van Vo style, cooking with Papa. Guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel and this is your very first time visiting us, I ask that you hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and leave us a comment. For whatever reason, YouTube loves likes and comments, and every time you like our video, it actually shares it to more people. So please hit the like button. We read every comment and respond to every comment. I love reading your comments. And that's our cheap, shameless plug for this one. You know, pretty much my start of the day is with a good cup of coffee. I know Megan has to work today, and she'll bring over the kids about 9:30. I've got the kids this morning, and then that'll kind of show you what our day looks like. We've got to go to Sam's, and we've got to go to Kroger. I've got one pork butt and one brisket to pick up. We've already got our sausage, enough sausage for this weekend. We figured out from our soft opening, which was last weekend, that on average what we're selling is about a whole pork shoulder and a brisket. And we're not going to get real fancy because I don't want to waste meat. That's wasting product, and in wasting product wastes my profits, and I'm not in it to waste money. So that's what we're going to start out with. Our goal is to start serving at about 12 o'clock, and then we'll serve till it's gone. I think last weekend, we served up until about 6 o'clock, and we actually opened up at 11. I really didn't get our first customer until about 12, and that's what gave me the idea of waiting and opening up at 12 o'clock. So that's kind of what we got planned for the day. Nothing's better on to start your day, for me anyway, good cup of coffee. You know, we got into this for the simple reason, with the end of the pandemic and so many RVers on the road, plus the high cost of diesel, it just did not benefit us into making any long trips, nor could we get in anywhere. Almost every RV park that I checked for any type of a length of stay, they were booked up. It's very hard to get into any place, and if you're doing the same thing, you already know that. A lot of new RVers on the road. So we thought we would sit and wait a year and just kind of hunker down here at our home base and, you know, just take some short trips. And we do have trips still planned. We've got Jellystone in Burleson, Texas, planned in middle of July. It's a great place if you've never been there. It's a great place to take the family. They have a huge water park there also, so it's not just camping. We're also going to have a plan, or we already have a plan to go to Broken Bow. That's in the end of September, 1st of October. Do a little fishing. We're also taking another trip down to Fredericksburg, Texas, which is one of our favorite places to go. So you can join us on those adventures. But that's pretty much all that we have planned for this year. or this camping season. Not a lot. We may, if we can get in, maybe for a weekend or a long weekend, do Lake Texoma, like we did last year. There was a great park, and we had a lot of fun there. In fact, we had so much fun with our group that we went with. They left, and we actually stayed another 2 days and basically bought the campsite out. It was very inexpensive. It's a Corps of Engineers park. If you've never stayed at a Corps of Engineers park, I would invite you to. The prices are very inexpensive, and they're great parks, or the ones that we have been to have been. With all that said, again, those were our reasonings for staying at close to home base. I am retired. I like to say semi-retired because I still piddle, and with our brand, I still draw a small paycheck. We don't make a lot of money. With YouTube, we make no money. We need your help on that. We've got to reach our goals this year. I need that income coming in, and that's 1,000 viewers and 4,000 watch hours. Now, we have jumped up to last count was 490 viewers and a little over 1,000 watch hours. So we're on track to what we need, but I still need your help. So if this is your first time watching and you haven't subscribed, please do so. That's going to help us out, and I think that you'll enjoy the content in our playlists and on our channel with our RV DIYs. We get a lot of questions on our Facebook page that we actually make videos of. So check out our Facebook and send us a comment and tell us what you want to see, or leave me a comment down below in the description. Like I said, I respond to every comment, and who knows, your idea might just be on YouTube. We wanted to do something that number one, that I had always wanted to do, and that was in the food service industry. I had been in the bar industry for a while in my younger days, and I wanted to, and I love to cook. I love to barbecue, and I started out as a backyard barbecuer, and I wanted to take that to the next level. Everyone that I had spoke with, friends and family, said, why don't you start a food truck? Get your product out there, see where it goes. And I'm like, okay, you know what? So I started checking into not a food truck, but something on a less inexpensive basis to start out with, and that was a food trailer. And we went with a company that designed those, and that description should be on your screen and is also in our description down below. Check them out if you're here local in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Or actually, Frank, the owner of the company, said if you get with him and tell him what you want, and you guys design it together, and trust me, he will design this the way that you want it, colors and everything, however you want it. And then he'd deliver it anywhere in the United States. So there's something that's intriguing and that you might want to know if you're not here local. But they do a great job and a great service, and we've enjoyed working with them. But we did that, and that's where we're at. So we're going to take this year, and we're going to sell barbecue. And I would love to get some catering business. So if you're watching and you want us to cater your event, let us know. I'll travel. I don't know if I'll travel anywhere in the U.S., but most parts I have a home on wheels, so I can certainly hook the trailer up and come to where you're at. But we wanted to do that with our food service business. And barbecue was what I know. It's what I do well. And that's the reason that we're doing what we're doing, at least for the next year. And if it doesn't take off, I've got a hell of a party trailer. You might want to contact me for your next party. I'm sure it will do well. What we've done is when I did this, I really did my research, and the only other thing I can do is put it in the good Lord's hands and say, God, if this is the direction you want me to go, I believe it is, then it's in your hands, and you're going to take care of it from there. So, kind of like the words of Carrie Underwood's song, Jesus Take the Wheel. and I believe he has. And that's where we're at right now.
Are we going to grandmother's house? Yeah.
The tallest tree.
We're on our way to Sam's, and then we'll head to Kroger. Right now, we don't have any supplier on our meat. So, Kroger actually has the better buys on meat right now, and that's where we are shopping for our meat. Actually, between Kroger and Albertsons, we found the better prices. So, still looking for a supplier for our meat. Hopefully, that comes through pretty soon. I've got 2 feelers with Cisco Food Catering here in Dallas, and then also Restaurant Depot. Both of them, you have to have a food handler's license or a restaurant license. That's in the works right now, so hopefully we'll get that in. But anyway, thought I'd take you along as we head to Sam's and to Kroger. And this is what we do as we have shifted brands and, or not shifted brands, but added to our brand with Cooking with Papa on the catering and barbecue side, Smoking with Papa, Kicking It, Bambo style. Well, it is Thursday in our preparation. Yesterday we went and did our shopping, got our brisket and our pork and pork shoulder, and now we're working on getting our barbecue sauce done. And I'll show you a little bit of how we do that. I'm not going to show you everything because there are some secret things in there, but it's basically a tomato base, as most barbecue sauces are, and a little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat, especially for because we are here in Texas, and our Texas folks love that heat. But I know that all of our customers are not from Texas, or some just can't eat and digest certain peppers. So we keep it a little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat. We don't go over the top. Now we do make another sauce which is over the top on heat, and that's a second sauce, and of course we give them that option. But today is prep time. It's Thursday, and it's kind of like if we were leaving out on a trip for a weekend. Thursday is my prep day. Thursday is my prep day for cooking barbecue. We got our barbecue sauce made, and it is on the stove, and it is simmering right now. And we'll let that simmer for a little bit before we put it in our container and get ready to serve to you. So hope you enjoy. Please stop by and try some of our barbecue and our barbecue sauce that you saw made right here on Cooking with Papa, Kicking It Van Vo style. Actually, that'd be Smoking with Papa now. A good deal. We got the trailer over, and we're spending our day now. After we got all our barbecue sauce made, I've still got to marinate our meat. That'll happen tonight, but now we're just kind of going through our walkthrough. This will be the second weekend that we've opened. Actually, the first weekend that we'll do the grand opening. But we want to make sure that all of our stuff is ready to go. It's cleaned. Certainly don't want to get anybody sick, so we make sure that we do a very thorough cleaning with disinfectant and bleach. Megan's kind of going through redoing our menu. Our menu probably for the first couple of weeks will actually start to change. It'll actually be different. It'll grow as we grow. It'll change as our customers' tastes change. But she's getting that done. She does all that by freehand. Anything you want to say?
What's up? Sorry, I look like a hot mess.
But anyway, so that's kind of what we're doing right now, and just getting ready for Saturday. Friday is our cook day. We'll usually put our meat on about 10 o'clock. We'll actually show you that. Also want to show you as we go through the injection process of what that looks like, and then what rubs that we're putting on the meat. But I want you to, we're doing this on staying on the RV topic of, guys, again, I hear so many times it's hard for me to cook in the RV. It's hard for me to prep in the RV. I'm telling you, if I can run a food truck or a food trailer out of the RV, you can certainly do your cooking. And I'm going to kind of show you some tips and tricks that I do to gain space and a maneuver around. Again, your cooking. A lot of your cooking is going to be done outside anyway, unless of course it's raining. But inside, I'll show you what we do and go through that full scale with you. Anyway, doing a little cleaning here in the barbecue trailer, smoking with Papa, kicking it Van Vo style. We pretty much finished up our Thursday prepping. A lot of our prep work was done with the trailer and kind of cleaning things up from our last cook. Kind of creating lists of what we learned from last weekend, since it was our trial run, and then complementing and correcting those issues that we had. So we've got our grill, it's clean, it's ready to go. The next thing that we'll do is take our brisket and our pork, go ahead and prep that with injection. I won't rub until tomorrow. I'll put this meat on about 10 o'clock tomorrow night, and that'll cook all night. And that's how I spend on my Friday nights, is cooking. And then that'll be ready for us for Saturday for our barbecue trailer. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or Weatherford area, stop by and see us and get you some smoking with Papa barbecue. Well, it is Friday morning and it's about 5:30, maybe a little closer to 6. I think I overslept about 30 minutes. But we are about to grab our knives and go ahead and trim our brisket down, and also our pork shoulder, and then we'll start our injection of the meat. We're probably about another 10 hours away from, actually longer than that. We won't put our brisket on until about 10 o'clock tonight. Anyway, we're sorry, I haven't had my cup of coffee yet, and my mind's still not working. But we won't put our brisket on until about 10 o'clock tonight for the cook for tomorrow, so we can start serving that. But I wanted to show you some of our trimming techniques on our brisket and pork shoulder, and also what we do as far as our injection. I'm not going to tell you everything that we put in our injection, because some of that's Papa's secret, so I'm going to keep that secret for right now. But on our marinade, but we'll at least show you how we're doing that, and we're doing it, like I said, in our RV. The actual cook, of course, will happen on our smoker. But as far as a lot of our prep and everything that we do it right here in our RV. And guys, I'll excuse the mess, because we've got a lot going on, and it's being done in a small space. But I want to show you that I don't have a lot of room. I have a very small kitchen. That's about the area of my prep. Now, a lot of this stuff that we have over here, I'll be moving around and putting in different places. But you can do this in your RV or Class A, which I in my Class A. Let's go trim some meat. This meat looks like it has real good caramel. meat looks like it is really a good piece of USDA Angus beef. Probably come in, trim some of this fat away. Underneath, we'll take it down. See where it's right here. I'll leave just a little bit of fat still where you can see, but this right here, we'll trim some of this out. Might trim this down a little bit. Guys, keep in mind, when you're putting your rub on, your rub is not going to stick to this fat, all right? And a lot of people will say, well, if you trim the fat down, that's what gives it its flavor. It does, but you've got a lot of fat still mixed into this meat that's going to render down and give the beef its good flavor. I just want to trim it down till I can get all my rub in there, and it's going to season down into the meat and give me a good bark on top. Got a lot of that fat off right here. I don't know if this is picking it up. If you can see the marbling in this meat, we'll cut this down just a little bit. It's going to just smooth it off, and that'll bring out even more marbling. And what that marbling is, that's some fat running through there. That's going to give this meat a really good taste. Didn't have to do a lot to the top, or I'm not going to have to do a lot. I'll flip it over. You've got a large fat cap underneath here. We'll leave some of that on there because that'll cook down. I cook my meat fat side down, but some people cook it fat side up. That's your preference. There's a lot of debate out there as to what you do, but you know, it's what your preference is. We're going to continue trimming this brisket up. Well, and this is what you get for trying to do some type of film work. Make sure that you've got your brisket and your pork butt prepped and injected, and then try to film. My battery ran out and didn't realize it until after I looked up and didn't see myself on the viewfinder. But we've already gotten our brisket and our pork shoulder or pork butt trimmed out and marinated with our injection. The next thing for us to do is, which it already is, it's back into the fridge, and it'll sit till about an hour before I get ready to put them both on the smoker. And during that hour, we'll take and we'll put our rub on there. I promise you, I won't let the battery run out, and we'll show you how we put the rub on. Very, very simple, but something that you want to pay attention to as you're putting that rub on. Make sure it gets down into the meat, and then also while it's smoking, it's going to give you a good crust. So that's the next thing that we're doing. Well, it's a little past 8, almost 9, and we're going to go ahead and start prepping our brisket and our pork shoulder. I've got turn a little bit of light on. I've got a little bit of smoke going. The smoker is heated up. What I'll do is cook these at 225 degrees till both of them get to 165. 165 is my checking point. I usually wrap my pork shoulder. It gives it a really good flavor from 165 till about 200 degrees, 195, 200. and then I let that rest. I take it off and let it rest. Same thing with the brisket. The only thing is, I've never wrapped my brisket. I go ahead and let it cook till about, again, 195, 200 preferably, and then I wrap it in a towel and stick it in a cooler for about an hour to 2 hours. But anyway, that's how I do my pork shoulder, and that's how I do my brisket. But we are ready to get to some rubbing. The rub that I use is my own rub, and it's Papa's. I call it Papa's seasoning because it's good for other things just besides rub. But I'll use that. We'll cover both sides, top and bottom. Before I do that, before I put my rub on, I'll take a liberal amount of mustard, and just regular old mustard, and you never taste it, but it holds the rub in place. And I'll use mustard all around the pork shoulder, and then we'll season it with some Papa's seasoning, or rub it with some Papa's seasoning. I use a lot of seasoning to cover that pork shoulder. I want it covered from top to bottom. Let that rub set in before I flip it over and do the other side. I don't want that rub just to be a dry rub. I want it to actually sink in as much as it will into the meat, not just the top layering. Although that top layering and a lot of good seasoning will give you a good bark. So that's another thing to look at on your pork shoulder and also on your brisket. So we've got our brisket and it's ready to go. I actually have Texas and Mississippi State on TV. I'm happy. Texas is ahead 3-2. When this airs, hopefully Texas is already on its way to being national champion. Anyway, enough said about that. Hook 'em. I will not use a mustard base on this. Again, you're never going to taste the mustard, but I just don't. I'm traditionalist. I'm going back in with basically a rub that's got salt, pepper, and a little bit of heat at the end. That's the Texas way we do it, and we're going to rub it down and put it on the grill. Good afternoon or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. For me right now, it is good morning. We are, it's about 5:30, I believe, here, and we've been cooking since 9:30. I'm whispering because I don't think anybody's up, and I don't want to disturb anybody. We've already disturbed, I'm sure, enough with just the lights being on, but that's okay. I wanted to show you what we've done. I've actually got everything wrapped, so I'm not going to open it back up. I don't want to disturb really the cooking that we're doing, because we've got just a little bit more to go. Then our brisket, once we're done, once we reach 195 on my internal temperature, I'll take that, I'll wrap it, and then it goes into a cooler. My pork shoulder will be taken off at 200. When I take that off, I'll mop it one more time, and then it goes into our heat box. And basically, I use steam. We've got a pan of water down here, and that steam will permeate through the box, and it'll keep that pork shoulder and brisket, once I get it out of the cooler and back in here, it'll keep that nice and moist, because I don't want the meat to dry out. So, but the meat is on the smoker. There's our pork shoulder there, and our brisket there. I did something this time that I don't normally do, and that's I actually at 165-ish actually took my brisket and I didn't wrap it. I put it in a pan and tinted it. I've never done that before. You say, well, why would you change a good thing? I want to make sure that brisket, the meat, stays nice and moist. Normally, I will take a brisket out, let it rest in the cooler for about 1 to 2 hours, and then we take that brisket out if we were backyard barbecuing and eat it. And it stays nice and juicy and doesn't dry out because it's coming basically from the rest straight onto my plate. With the food trailer, I don't want to run the risk of that meat drying out. Now, yes, we are utilizing our box that's going to keep that with the steam. It'll keep that moist, but you're talking a few hours that's going to have to stay. So, in any case, we tinted it, and then we'll let it rest just like we normally do, and then put it in our meat box, our heat box. And that's kind of where we're at right now. I hope that you enjoy this. I know it's a little bit away from our RV DIYs and how-tos and traveling with the family, away from that format. But I did want to, it does ride into the same format as what we do with Cooking with Papa on our playlist. This is just expanding the brand a little bit. I hope you enjoy it. Even if you're not a barbecue connoisseur, or you're not smoking or opening your own business, that's okay. I wanted to show that, sorry for the camera, let me get a little bit stable here. I wanted to show that you can prepare, just like I am, for a food truck in your RV. The only thing that we really have not prepared is nothing. We cooked outside, and I guess we've done some, all of our prep work was done inside, but now we'll take all of that outside now once the brisket and shoulder come off. But that's no different than what you would do if you were at a campsite and you were cooking either on your smoker or on your grill. You're going to do that on the outside. So all of our prep work has been done on the inside the RV. It can be done, it is being done, and you can do it too. I'm going to stop talking, and I've got actually some barbecue beans that I'm going to have to prep up. So we're going back into the kitchen. We'll get those prepped up, and then the next time we see you, we'll be setting up the trailer and getting ready to sell. Hey guys, if you're new to our channel, would you do me a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, that way you know about the next video that we have coming up. Give us a like and a comment. I love reading the comments, and YouTube loves likes. Every time you like it, it shares it to someone else. You're kind of paying it forward. I would appreciate it. We're still trying to reach our goal, and the only way we're going to be able to do that is with you. So go ahead and hit subscribe. Well, we are set up, and I've got actually the camera inside the truck because it's rather windy, and I'm afraid if I bring the camera outside of the truck, you won't be able to hear me. But we will show you that. We're all set up. I've got all of our stuff cooked, and it's been a long night, and hopefully we have a good day. Guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this. Again, I didn't mean to deviate so much from our format, but I wanted to kind of bring to light that you can cook and prepare and prep in your RV, whether it be a fifth wheel, whether it be a Class A, Class B, travel trailer, whatever you're camping in, you can do this also as far as prepping. If I can do it on the scale of a food trailer, you can do it for your family. Guys, enjoy your summer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to our channel. We really need your help. I've got to make goal this year. If I don't, I guess we'll try next year. But we're not making any money off these videos. And again, leave us a comment. Tell us what you want to see. Be sure and check out the next video that's coming up somewhere, either this side or this side. And again, we thank you for watching. Enjoy.